Well, today's story is about a club that we are extremely excited to be partnering with. Rams Village Superstars FC from St. Kitts and Nevis. We want to take you back to the St. Kitts and Nevis FA Premier League of 2023. And as always, let's start with a quick recap of the year before. The system in St. Kitts sees 6 teams qualify to a Super 6 group stage after the end of the regular season, from which the top 2 teams qualify to a championship series of the best of 3 games. Village Superstars finished the 2022 regular season 4th and qualified to the Super 6. But, well, let's just say that the Super 6 did not go Village Superstars' way, and they only finished 4th in the group with 1 win of their 5 games. At the end of the season, St. Paul's United FC won the league convincingly. The club announced the signing of coach Stephen "Weapon" Clark, a club legend as a player, and entered the summer knowing a shake-up was required to re-energize the squad. The club released 8 players, including defender Ordell Fleming and Dequan Johnson, who both made the switch to reigning champion St. Paul's United FC. Fleming had a short stop in between at El Salvadorian Corinto FC. Also left the club experienced goalkeeper Zillian Morton. The core of Village Superstars remained. The 5 big stars of the club, Kimari Muggy Rogers, Javon Bummers Amori, Denise Sambo Fleming, and Raheem Pipe Francis, along with goalkeeper Zekiz Smith, and recruitment was built around them. The club brought back several players. Tahir Tata Hanley, who started for the club in the late 2010s, including winning the SKNFA Premier League Finals MVP when the club won the league in 2017-2018. Dajjal Kelly, who also played for the club during that championship season, and arrived from Garden Hotspurs along with Hassani Fleming, and especially the experienced legend Devon Papi Elliott, who started for the club during the historic treble season of 2011, and then moved on to play in Trinidad and Tobago, El Salvador, Mexico, Guatemala, and even a short spell in the US. Elliott returned to the club after struggling with a knee injury that had him out of the game for 3 years. Meanwhile, 3 high-profile talents got promoted to the senior club: defender Naeem Gillard, winger Kaja Burnham, and midfielder Shervin King. And so, thrilled and confident ahead of the new 2023 season, Village Superstars started at home against Kion Rockets, and lost heavily 4-1. The next game was the exact opposite. Village Superstars dominated the game against Saddlers and won 4-1 themselves. Devon Elliott scored a beautiful free kick goal and took to social media to thank the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association for assisting with him dealing with his injury, and to all the people around him who supported him in his journey. Back to the season, and that instability continued. A win, and a loss, and a draw, then another win, and then another loss, and then another win. A 7-0 win against last place Security Forces FC, with a beautiful goal by the St. Kitts and Nevis wonder kid Kaja Burnham. Check it out. But then another draw. Village Superstars finished the first round in an extremely disappointing 7th place, with only 14 points in 11 games, and were only able to string together 2 wins in a row once. The second round began with a controversial technical win against a no-show Bath United who couldn't make it on time from Nevis, giving Village Superstars a pretty nice boost to start the second round. With its back to the wall, Village Superstars knew that it had to be an incredible second round in order to make it to the Super 6, and that technical win set them in the right direction. The next game was a massive win against Sandy Point, 8-0, with some really nice goals, like this goal by Kimari Rogers from a great assist, and this brace by Joseph Wilkes, showing great ball control. But it was Dajjal Kelly who stole the show with a hat-trick. Well, that was an early indicator that something is starting to click. Separately, a win in the FA Cup quarter-finals against Garden Hotspurs was also encouraging, and then a penalty shootout win to get Village Superstars to the FA Cup final. Back in the league, Village Superstars kept going and finished the season with 5 wins in a row, including incredibly important wins against top 6 rivals, Kion Rockets 2-0 from a Javon Amori goal and a Kimari Rogers penalty, and the 2-0 win against Newtown United from this insane goal by Leroy Hanley. What a volley from the air to give them the lead. Village Superstars hadn't lost a game in the second round and finished it with 27 points from 12 games, 5 points more than St. Paul's for the second round. To remind you, they only had 14 points in the first round. Nothing spectacular there. This incredible round of results brought Village Superstars all the way up to 3rd place, and only 2 points below St. Paul's at first. Kion Rockets finished second, and along with Old Roads, Connery, and Newtown, they all qualified to the Super 6 round. But before the Super 6, we have the FA Cup final. which saw heartbreak for our village superstars. St. Paul's won the final 3-2 after a thrilling match. Jovan Leader gave St. Paul's the lead, as a leader should, but then village superstars came back into the game and scored a quick double right before halftime. Jovan Amori and Kimari Rogers with the goals. Keith Roy Freeman equalized the score from a corner kick, and in the last breath of the game, Vince Roy Nelson completed the comeback for St. Paul's. This result, the first loss of village superstars in a very long time, could have gone in two directions. Either break the spirit of the club, or build an even bigger desire to prove a point and go all the way to win the league. Which way will they go? Well, the same as with the regular season, village superstars started the Super 6 stage also quite poorly, finishing their first two games in disappointing draws against Old Roads and Newtown United. But they did get some encouragement from getting back from a 2-0 deficit against Newtown after quick goals by Keon Batiste and Johannes Mitchum in the first 16 minutes. Good goals, I might add. Village superstars came back beautifully with great goals by Kimari Rogers late in the first half and an awesome Dennis Fleming goal in the second half. Then, finally came the desired win, a 2-0 victory against Keon Rockets. Kimari Rogers with a fantastic goal took advantage of a bad clearance by the Keon Rockets goalkeeper, and Tahir Hanley with a lovely goal. The next game was another draw, but against champion St. Paul's from an overtime equalizer by Tahir Hanley. We reached the last game of the Super 6, and only two teams will qualify to the championship final. After 5 games, village superstars are second in the group with 6 points, the same amount of points as Connery in third, with whom they are playing in the final game. The winner was likely to reach the final. St. Paul's at first place with 8 all but guaranteed their top 2 finish. So, village superstars against Connery in a game for the whole season. And again, with their back against the wall, village superstars had done it. Kimari Rogers put village superstars on the scoreboard with a goal on the 39th minute, and completed a double in the 60th minute with 2 good striker goals. Then, in the 70th minute, a beautiful dribble inside the box by Tahir Hanley got village superstars to 3-0. Errol O'Loughlin pulled back 2 goals late in the game for Connery, 73rd and 90+5, to put everyone on their toes. But that was too little too late, and village superstars have reached the finals, and stealing first place as St. Paul's lost its final game against Keon Rockets. And so, here we are, the final of the league. Best of 3 series between Rams Village Superstars and SL Horford St. Paul's United, the reigning champions. Game 1 starts and Village Superstars take the lead very early in the game when Joseph Wilkes pounced on a big mistake by St. Paul goalkeeper Jamal Jeffers. But a minute later, St. Paul's massive star, the regular season MVP, Keith Roy Freeman, scored the equalizer. From then on, neither team could find the net for the next 80-odd minutes of regulation, or in the extra time, and so the game went to penalties. It started well for Village. Rogers and Amori scored the first 2 penalties, while keeper Zakey Smith saved the first shot magnificently. But then, pressure started to creep in, and Village Superstars missed their third with a shot over the bar. Freeman fired his shot to the top corner to tie the shootout at 2-2. Devon Elliott scored to make it 3-2. And Smith, with another fantastic save, kept it 3-2. But that was where it ended. Village Superstars missed their next penalty, again over the bar, while St. Paul's goalkeeper Jeffers redeemed himself from his mistake early in the game, powering the 5th penalty in, straight through the middle. He then saved the Village Superstars' next penalty, and with St. Paul's scoring, they won the first game of the series. As with this whole season, again Village Superstars had their back to the wall, and again they rose to the occasion. The second game was also nail-biting, but ended up differently. Again Village Superstars took the lead early on from a Keith Roy Freeman own goal, following a corner by Jovan Amori, but again St. Paul's managed to tie the game. Naquan Phipps scored the equalizer in the overtime of the first half. Again the game went to extra time with neither team managing to break the deadlock, but this time Village Superstars had done it. In the 110th minute, Tahir Tata Hanley put Village Superstars up front with a great goal, and in the 119th minute, Kimari Rogers scored a penalty to put the game to bed. And with that, Village Superstars have tied the final series, which means we have 1 game left to decide for the whole season. The winner takes it all. And after losing the FA Cup final to the same St. Paul's, Village Superstars couldn't let it slip away. The game started, but the pressure was evident. Both teams just couldn't score. Smith, with another phenomenal game, made some incredible saves, and with the stakes so high, both teams also remained in 10 players, following red cards. Neither side took advantage of the chances they had, and again, the game reached penalties. Both teams scored and scored in the penalties until at 8-7 to Village Superstars. Finally, St. Paul's fired it to the sky, and that was that. Village Superstars have done it. They won the league. The trophy is finally returning to Champsville. Given how the season went, and Village Superstars coming back from behind to win it, the club hadn't won many of the personal awards. Dennis Sambo Fleming won Best Defender of the season, while goalkeeper Zaki Smith, who was incredible throughout the finals, won the finals MVP. Coach Stephen Clark summed up the season after the dramatic penalty win, talking about the game itself and the confidence after losing the FA Cup final.
Is it that sweet revenge? We had that in the back of our mind also. The FA Cup, we know we had it in our hands and it slipped away. But we were confident. But as much as the naysayers say, St. Paul is Village Daddy, we were confident that we could have come here and basically defeat them. As I said, we were looking to, but we do it. Different roads to a championship, it's different roads to heaven. We wanted to, we do it to the backward way.
Talking about Village Superstars.
Village Superstars is back. Village Superstars is back where they rightfully belong. On the top, a Sinkers football. On the top of the pinnacle. On the top, bringing back the trophy back to Champsville. Trust me, it's a great, great feeling. You could see it here, you could see the fans them come out. The fans them come out. And once the fans them back in Village Superstars, I tell them so, none could stop us. In the village, no matter where, village school, Trafalgar South Stars, village Cooks, we deal with championships. They matter unbeatable. We deal with championships. That's how we name Champsville. That's we name.
And finally about the next season.
I got to enjoy this season. I got to enjoy this one. 9 months of football. It's been a long time since Village been home at championship. We got to enjoy this one. Enjoy Village Arama, enjoy Carnival, and then we come back and think about next season.
Winning the league meant that Village Superstars qualified for the 2024 CFU Caribbean Club Shield that took place at the end of July and early August in Curaçao. The round of 16 was meant to be played against America des Cayes from Haiti, but they did not show up, leading Village Superstars to the quarterfinals against Dublanc from Dominica. The game was hectic, and as we have come to know from Village Superstars, started rather poorly. 2 goals in the 10th and 11th minutes by Travis Joseph put Village Superstars in a really difficult situation. But with their back against the wall, well, again, Village Superstars fought back. Giovanna Mori scored in the 34th minute to give some hope. The second half saw Village attack, but could not score. In the 92nd minute of the game, in the last attack, Kimari Rogers crossed the ball into the area, and Oran Sabaroche put the ball in his own goal to draw the game at 2-2. The game went to a penalty shootout, but that is where Village Superstars ran out of air, losing the penalties 3-2. Village Superstars will not take part in the next season's CFU Club Shield, but we are sure that they are going to bounce back stronger next season, and we will be there to support them. Thank you for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, football is everywhere.